first and foremost, before I get started, as always, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakudash. Give honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that we will. Peace and salutations to the Akim that's pushing his word, in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, waking up the hopeful elect, and risking their lives and freedoms to do so, definitely more so now than ever before. This is the brother Zion Amon from the GMS, the Trip by Camp. And this is going to be, a quick lesson, regarding the image you see on our screen here. And, we're just going to break it down through the scriptures because this is a very bold statement that's being said, right? What do we say? It says, I wake up every day grateful to be white. Well, see, that's the first lie, all right? Yeah, you may be grateful, but first of all, right, let's just say this woman said this. First of all, you're not white. White people, so-called, that's why we say so-called white. You're not white at all. You're red. You're red. Even looking at this woman on the screen, you can see the redness or the pink, right, which is the blood showing forth, right, through her translucent skin. You see, she's she's a derivative. Pink obviously is a derivative of red. So nonetheless, you're more so red than white, right? But they use this term, all right, to position themselves as being, righteous, being innocent, being pure, being clean, which they're none of those things, right? But hey, just check the history, look at the track record, right? These devils, all right, aka so-called white people, have brought nothing but mischief and wickedness, iniquity, robbery, lies, filth, you name it, all things bad, right? That's what they brought to the earth, okay? And this is why the Heavenly Father is going to remove them out of their power seat, you know, because hey, first of all, this devil he's full of deceit, you know. He can't tell, he can't get right? He's not he's conformed to being evil. He was made to be evil, so they can't get right. Now the next statement saying my ancestors ruled the world, which that's true. They're ruling right now. We're in the second leg, all right, of the Roman Empire, Rome 2.0, right? Called America, named America, called America. But actually, this kingdom, this rulership that we're living in right now is what's the word? It's basically a rebirth of the old kingdom, right? I.e., the term Renaissance, right? Period, right? Named in what 1600s, we had these devils coming back into power after being laid down for 1,000 years, right? During the Dark Ages, where Jakes were ruling, so-called people, so-called people of color, so you can understand, Israelites were ruling during the Dark Ages, thus the term Dark Ages, right? And also these so-called white people they were put in the dark, they were put away from men, right? Because they are filthy, they're the scum of the earth. Don't nobody want your kind around, right? Now, it says, and so will our descendants. That's another bold face line, right? Your descendants, right? The next crop of Edomites, right? They come around, they're going to be slaves in the kingdom, right? They're not going to be running or ruling anything, right? You're not going to have another generation of Edomites, right, running America. That's not so. That's a falsehood, right? Similar to, what, Revelation 13, 9 and 10. Get Isaiah 14 or 21. You know, these devils are going into shackles. All right, that's what's going to happen with them. All right. Also, what you got? Second Ezra, the 6th chapter and the 9th verse, where it says Esau is the end of the world. Right. Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. Esau, right, so-called white man, Edom, the red man, right, he's going to go down. He's going to fall. He's going to be, his kingdom is going to be removed from him by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, right, by way, right, of World War III, via the missiles. The missiles is going to devour this place, right, from coast to coast. This place refers to America, right, which is known as Babylon the Great in the scriptures, right? You know, it's no coincidence that, Trump, coined the term making America great again. Right? That was all done through the spirit to help identify, right, to the hopeful elect that Babylon, that America, right, is Babylon the Great. You know, because as of recently started doing it, America wasn't tied to greatness or called great in any way until Trump got up in there the second time, right? First term, whatever, but he's the one, they coined, that phrase, showing again that Babylon is America. Without a shadow of a doubt. Everyone comes to spend money here. They come here to, make a better living, go back home or send money back home. Because here, this is a corporate, based society, i.e. what corporate America, right? Everything is about capitalism. Everything is about making a dollar, right? The haves and have-nots, right? And that's personified